just in case anybody else out there reads. Like me, because I'm now a reader. Hey, it's Brittany, aka Stylishly Brit, and y'all, we made it. Happy 2025. 2024 was a booger, to put it lightly. So I'm praying that this year is bigger, better, bolder, and I'm also praying that for you guys as well. I hope you have a prosperous, amazing 2025. May all of your dreams, your goals, everything come to fruition, and I just hope it's abundant and amazing. Okay, so today, speaking of 2025, I last year made probably in November, I made a start 2025 and 2024 list. And one of those things on the list was to read. Now, this could be me physically reading a book and flipping the pages, me reading, via an app or audiobook. And so in that, I started that goal. I picked up my first book on November 12th. And from November 12th, 2024 through 12/31, I read 9 freaking books. I am so proud of myself. I've just really been enjoying the journey of just like escaping, I guess, into like another world, seeing the characters in my head. Like reading has really been a joyful experience, a joyful hobby that I picked up, and I'm so glad that I did. And so I just wanted to make this a content pillar and start to share the books that I've read, not any spoilers, but just share the ones that I have read. So anyways, we're going to talk about, we're going to do this probably, I'm thinking on a quarterly basis. So I wanted to go ahead and just get the ones that I read in 2024 out of the way so I can start to do these quarterly. So yeah, let's jump right in and let's talk about the books that I read. Again, no spoilers, just like what I liked about the book is pretty much and then my star rating. Okay, so the first book, we're just going to go in order of the books that I read. Fair enough, right? By the way, I track my books because I currently read them via Libby, the Libby app, and Cloud Library. Those are the 2 apps that I'm currently using. Since I'm using 2 different apps, I track the books that I've read in Goodreads. So I'll leave my link to my Goodreads account. So the first book I picked up in 2024 was Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Before I Let Go is a part of a series, the Skyland series. So it's the first book in the Skyland series. I heard my coworkers talking about this book and the second book in the series. I'll get to that one next. Before I Let Go is about a Black couple. They're divorced, but they have to work and play together pretty much. And so in that, I felt that it was super relatable. I could see myself in the characters. And so I really, really liked it. I love that the book introduced you to a friend group, and that is how she writes. Those are the characters for the next series. Does that make sense? And so anyways, I gave Before I Let Go 5 stars. It was really well written, a beautiful story. So the next book that I picked up was the second book in the series, the Skyland series. This Could Be Us, also written by Kennedy Ryan. No notes. In my Goodreads profile, it said that this was the longest book that I read, but it was a really well written story. The way that everything unfolded was beautiful. The amount of spice. Yeah. Well written characters, no notes. 5 stars. The third book that I picked up was 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. And this book took me by surprise. It was way darker than I thought it was going to be. Way darker than I thought it was going to be. But I feel like the characters were beautifully flawed, and it left me rooting for them. It's pretty much a second chance romance novel, book, whatever. And it's going to be turned into, I think, a miniseries. I think it's a miniseries or a movie. I'm not sure. But I think it's going to translate very well onto the small screen. But yeah, there's some things in this book that you're like, dang, like, damn, I needed a warning. But yeah, a beautiful written book. I gave it 4 stars. The next book that I read was, y'all, my first thriller, The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Y'all, I could not put this book down. When I tell you, I read this book in like 2.5 days. And this was my first book that I actually read, like, had to flip the pages. When I say flip the pages, I mean flip the pages on my phone. But I had to physically read it and not listen to it. I couldn't put it down. When I say twists and turns and a roller coaster ride throughout the entire book. The first half of the book is just pretty much building up the story, learning about the characters. But child, that second half of the book, Lord. Okay, it was really, really good down to the last page. Down to the last page. The book is about a woman. She goes to care for a rich woman who in her town was suspected but not charged with killing her family. Yep. And she goes to stay in the house that the killings happen in, and it was good. They need to turn that one into a book, child, into a movie. The next book that I read was a part of a series as well. So the first book was Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. It was a cute little read. I actually listened to it, and the audio book reader narrator was the lady from Bridgerton with the eyebrows. I can't think of her name. Aja, something like that. She read the book. It was a cute read. I laughed a little bit throughout. It was a little bit interesting because this was my first book that I listened to with a British accent. So it was at first a little bit like, what did she just say? What did she say? I gotta replay it. Let me listen to what she said again, make sure I caught it. But it was a super cute read. The characters were cute. The story was cute. The next book that I read, I give that one 4 stars. The next book that I read was The Wedding People by Alison Espach, I think is her name. I gave this one 5 stars. I could literally visualize each scene, each scenario, the characters. I could visually see it in my head as I listened to it. Pretty much it's about a woman who recently went through a divorce, and she decides to take a last minute vacation because the resort was booked for a wedding. And so they bought the resort out. Nobody else was supposed to be there except for the wedding people, but somehow she ended up getting a reservation. And the story the writer does a really good job of taking something that is dark and making it light. And that's all I'm gonna say there. The next book that I picked up was Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. And it is about a mom whose daughter went missing. It's been 10 years and she's starting to date a guy. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. And I love how the author revealed things in the book. It wasn't like a big like a bam, this is what happened. It was like this was revealed, and then we went on and we learned more about the story, and then some more was revealed. I love how she just uncovered everything and the pacing of it. And yeah, I gave it 5 stars. It was good. The next book that I picked up was First Lie Wins, and this is by Ashley Elston. It was very fast paced, like from the jump, you know what is happening, but they're still it's still such a good book because you learn more about the character. And a lot of people said that they did not like that it does a lot of flashbacks. I listened to this as an audiobook, and so by listening to it, it played like a movie for me. Like I was able to keep track of what was happening because listening to it versus reading it. So it played like a movie for me. The character, she is pretty much a scammer. she's a scammer. Let's just put it like she's a scammer. And it just goes through her many jobs. Very good. It was really good. I gave it 4 stars. 4 stars to me. The next book, the last book that I read was actually the second book in this Brown sister series, and it was Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. I liked this one more. I liked the story. I like this story more. I gave it 5 stars as opposed to Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And I think it was just the characters. I felt I related more to the characters. And so it's pretty much about a relationship, friends starting a fake relationship and seeing where it goes from there. It was super relatable. It was funny, a little spice. It was all the things that I love. So I gave it 5 stars. Okay, so those are the books that I read in 2024. Again, I'm going to make this into a series and probably share, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do it, because if I did 9 books in a month and a half, how many am I going to do in 3 months? Okay. You know, the goal is goaling around here. So yeah, we'll probably do it by quarter, and I'll just bring my top books of that quarter to you guys and kind of just share my stars, like how I rated it. I think that's what we're gonna do. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, wishing you a happy, prosperous 2025, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.